And what do you
It's
think about candidates now, Trump and Clinton? Because they must know all these things from their teachers and coach. And why? How is it with them? Because they lie in their speech, and they attacked to each other. And what do you think about them?
um can you give me any
Because I think that they use the strong energy, the strong power to attack the other.
it's a great question. I don't want to answer this in an abstract way. So,
Mm.
but my question is a rather difficult question. It's can you give me an example of a lie that they tell about
Mm.
each other? Be
I don't know.
because I think there is a basic perception that they lie, but I don't think they're
Mm-hmm.
both lying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know because it's just my feeling. I don't have enough of information, but I don't believe them, anyone of these two. And uh, I don't know what to think about them because I'm sure that the next few years of uh, all of us depends from one of them, which will be winner. But I can't believe Clinton. I can't believe Trump. I don't know what to think. And I saw your shares on Facebook that Trump has a first what pound or what is it? Mm, point from discussion between
Mhm.
them, but I didn't heard it. I just read some small points from the discussion, and interesting was that I read that the Trump was more nervous, and the Hillary seems like a winner. And I was surprised from this result from voting, which you share.
Mhm.
Mm. It's interesting.
There is a difference between perception and reality.
Mhm. Perception is what? Uh,
Perception, to perceive what you think is real.
okay, first look.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
this is actually a complicated idea. There's a difference between perception and reality. There's a difference between what you think is real and what is real.
Mhm.
However, what you think is real becomes real. What you think is real becomes real. Um, so so it's complicated and very confusing to be able to judge this evenly and equally. Um, One of the biggest problems is bias. It's the fact that human beings are not logical and we make choices in the present based on experiences in the past. We do not make choices in the present based on the present. We make choices in the present based on the past.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people make the same mistakes in their relationships again and again, because they make choices based on the past, not what's really happening. And so perception is different from reality. But at the same time, perception creates reality. So what is real? Everything that you want to be real.
Mm-hmm.
Um, everything that you everything that you can imagine becomes real.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was thinking uh, yesterday morning I was thinking about a line from a Queen song. There's a great line from a Queen song that is, "You can be anything you want to be, just turn yourself into anything you think that you can ever be." It basically means that whatever you want, you can do. Whatever you want to be, you can become. And to view and judge the presidential debate objectively is almost impossible. Specifically because the whole picture, the whole frame is designed to be emotional and to create certain emotions in people. And that's interesting because you said, I feel, right? You said, I feel. That was the word used, feel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's feelings belong to the feelings belong to the belief states of things that are not real. So, um, and that's what they want. They want you to feel something because when you start to feel something emotionally, you stop thinking.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah. I, no, somebody falls in love with somebody and it's like, I can't think of anything else, right? They forget to eat, right? It's because the emotions take over. And if you are making an emotional selection, you are not making a logical selection. And that's what the system wants. The system wants you to focus on the irrational and illogical decision-making process of emotions rather than the the real and logical and practical um, scientific decision-making process. And the reason for this is that people can then be manipulated when they are in emotional states.
Mm-hmm.
If someone is calm and relaxed and very conscious of what's happening around about them, it's very difficult to manipulate them. But if a person is all emotional and not balanced, it's then very easy to take advantage of them. And the aim of the whole media structure is to create this system which is not balanced so that they can use emotions to move people in certain directions. Um, Now, I can tell you what I think, but you have to realize that what I think is biased. It's not balanced.
Mm-hmm.
What I explained to you is how balance works. But I can't go any further because I have a natural bias. I have a history and I've studied information and I know about the candidates. So
Mm-hmm.
I cannot give you a neutral perspective because my perspective is that Donald Trump is the only way forward
Mm-hmm.
for society. And the reason is that we have a difficult choice between totalitarian Marxism, socialism, communism, Hillary Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
Notice she was wearing red in the debates. Um, and National Socialism, militarism, Republican constitutionalism, which is Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a game that the people can't win because the people are not in control.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to make, once again, a Machiavellian decision. Machiavellian decision is the best of the worst. We have two bad candidates, and we have to choose the better candidate, but they're both bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think that Donald Trump lies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he lies at all. I think we say he shoots straight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he lies. He says exactly what he thinks, which is why the media hates him,
Mm-hmm.
because he basically tells the truth, and the media almost never tells the truth.
Yes.
And so he is he's hated by the media because he is the opposite of the media.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Also, and this is my observation, which might or might not be true, if you imagine intelligence, and when you have an election, what you're basically asking, the basic question of any election is, how intelligent are the people? Look at Slovakia. How intelligent are the people, right? That's basically the question you're asking when you have an election. Do the people know what's happening, or do they not know? Or do they think they know? Or what? It's a question of intelligence. And so imagine the IQ, the intelligence scale. Let's say from 0 to, I don't know, 150,
Yeah.
right? And average intelligence would be, say, about 80, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in the middle. Those people who want to vote for Hillary Clinton, they're all down here.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And those people who want to vote for Donald Trump, well, they're all up here. Donald Trump's message is a very intellectual message
Mm-hmm.
to society and the world. And Hillary Clinton's message is a very primal, base instinct message
Mm-hmm.
to
That's
the
true.
world. And so we have this situation where Hillary Clinton is not even trying to present information to intelligent people. She's not even interested, because there are less intelligent people and more not intelligent people.
Mm.
A bigger number of people here who are easier to influence and who will vote.
Mm-hmm.
She's not even trying to give an intellectual argument. She's not even interested. Whereas Donald Trump, who has an intellectual message, remember Donald Trump is an independent businessman who's built many large international businesses. He's been very successful. He even wrote one of the top 20 books on business of the 20th century, The Art of the Deal. It's considered one of the top 20 business books. He
Mm-hmm.
wrote it himself. He is an intellectual with many intellectual friends. Look at his circle of people around about him. Roger Stone, Steve Wynn. These are American intellectuals and pioneers and private business owners and developers. These are great people. But he has an intellectual message. And there's not enough people here. There's not enough voters for him to
Mm.
win with his intellectual message. So he has to try to be stupid
Okay.
to get more people
Mm-hmm.
to vote for him, because people don't understand intellectual arguments.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand the Trans-Pacific Partnership and international trade deals.
Mm.
People don't understand the complexities of international relations and negotiation.
Mm.
People
That's
don't
true.
people don't understand these things.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand what it takes to build a company, to build a building, to build an airplane, to build an industry, to be internationally successful. People just don't understand.
Mm.
And so in order to and look at the recent stories of the last 6 months to 1 year, like floods of immigrants coming into the United States from the Middle East, from Europe, from Mexico. So where are these people on the intellectual scale? They're down here, right?
Yeah.
And so this is all that the Democratic Party wants. All of these low income, not thinking, not thinking in an intellectual way, people who are going to vote for the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party is going to give them a visa, it's going to give them education, it's going to give them health care, it's going to give them
Yeah, but
basically.
can they vote? Immigrants?
Um,
Yeah, okay,
the
we talk about.
question, quite yeah, that can they vote? Yes, basically yes. The answer should be
Okay.
no, but the this system is open, and what you'll find is a lot of them are voting more than once. Oh, and electronic voting machines,
Mm-hmm.
right? A computer decides the result.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how stupid are we? How completely stupid are we to let a computer decide the result? Oh, sorry, there's no paper. No
Mm-hmm.
paper to look at. We can't count. No, no, the computer decides, you know. Trust the computer. How
Mm-hmm.
stupid do we have to be? And Donald Trump said, a few weeks ago, Donald Trump said, I don't want electronic voting machines, I want paper so that we can check and we can count everything.
Yeah.
And of course, then Barack Obama said, are you crazy? There is no such thing as election fraud. Nobody ever cheats in elections. Gave a speech, said that.
Mm.
And then 1 week later, Barack Obama said, oh, we can't count the votes in our own election. We need to bring in the United Nations to count the votes in our election. The United Nations is a private company. What kind what kind of country would bring in a private company from outside of that country to count the votes in their own election?
Mm.
Oh, that's completely that's completely crazy. So add to that all the things that the silly average person doesn't know because they're watching TV and sport and
Mm.
they're
Mm.
all emotional and not practical, um, and they don't understand history. And then you've got, add to that, Benghazi. Oops, Hillary Clinton made a mess of that as head of the State Department. Oh, Libya, she destroyed that country. Syria, that's in a mess. Okay. Well, CIA drug running. Okay, arms and Fast and Furious program for guns to Mexican cartels. Oh, that was Hillary Clinton. Oh, private
Mm-hmm.
emails from the government kept on a server in her bathroom, which she then sold to foreign countries. We've got the Iranian scandal. Um, in fact, I can't think of one single thing that Hillary Clinton has ever done that was good.
Mm-hmm.
What is this woman doing there? She's never done any, she hasn't done anything. Oh, and what was her job before she was a politician? Oh, wait, she's never had a job.
Mm-hmm. She was a wife.
Yeah, it's not really a job, is it? I mean,
Mm. Yeah.
cleaning, it's it's an important position, but it's not actually a job,
Mm-hmm.
right? And oh, you saw how well that worked for Barack Obama. Never led any company in his life. Suddenly gets the job of president, and he can't lead anything anywhere. He doesn't know what to do. Um, and oh yeah, what do you get if you elect a black president? Black people burning down cities all over America when you elect a black president. Well done, America. Great job. Um, So we've got all these things. But all the fact that Hillary Clinton cheated to win the nomination. Bernie Sanders actually got more votes, but they chose Hillary Clinton. I mean, this. Oh, and her husband, convicted rapist in court, convicted of rape in court more than once, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bill Clinton. Oh, and Bill and Hillary Clinton's foundation for Haiti, they collected money from the American people to give to the people of Haiti after the earthquake, but oh, the people of Haiti didn't get any money. Bill and Hillary kept it all for themselves.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If there is anyone out there who votes for Hillary Clinton, they must have an IQ of about 7, right? And sadly, there are many of them who believe that the socialist Marxist um, method of having a system
Mm.
is the way forward. One of Ronald Reagan's great speeches was, government cannot solve your problems because government is the problem.
Mm.
And so Hillary Clinton wants to expand the government. And on the other side, Donald Trump wants to expand the military. So
Mm-hmm.
um, so it's not a great choice. Let's see now. What are Hillary Clinton should be in prison. I mean, I've listed there's 10 major crimes that she should be in prison. And lying to Congress under oath,
Mm-hmm.
lying to Congress under oath. So she should be in prison. Let's see. Now, what has Donald Trump done which is bad? No, can't think of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. He's done nothing bad at all. So, um, so the question is, what are we looking at? What are we looking at here? And I've
Mm.
I've thought about this for a while, and here's what I think is happening. Here's the best way to look at it, the best way to understand it.
Mm.
And it's a very simple way because it's business mentality. It's business mentality and growth mentality. Now imagine that you want to imagine that it doesn't matter what you want. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Imagine you want to get from here to here. You want to get from this point to this point. Anything in life. Now, the best way to plan to get from here to here is to create a third point, A, B,
Mm-hmm.
point C, and aim to get to point C, and there's a higher probability of getting to point B. Because when we set our goals and targets, we very often fall short of them. We don't reach the goal or target. So we have to understand that in order to get from here to here, we need to have a plan to get to here. And
Mm-hmm.
then we can be pretty sure we'll get here, right? Um, it's like if you have a meal, if you cook a meal for visitors, you always make extra food.
Mm-hmm.
You do more because then you know that you'll have enough for everybody. And it's the same principle with anything in life. You want to get from A to B, so you plan to get to C so that when you get to B, you're happy. And maybe you'll still have something extra as well. And this is the principle of that whatever reality you want, your dream has to be bigger. Whatever reality you want, your dream has to be bigger than that reality. If your dream
Yeah.
is at the same level as your reality, then you won't grow and you won't have anything more in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Exactly.
dream. That's why we should dream big. Dream big.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so let's put this into the presidential model about the political campaign with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump's vision is make America great again. To
Mm-hmm.
make America great again. It's to rebuild the schools, the infrastructure, the the roads, the hospitals, everything that the country needs internally, so that so that the whole structure can be stabilized, because the American infrastructure is collapsing at the moment and it needs some kind of stability. And his vision has no end, because when does growth end? His vision is growth, to grow,
Mm-hmm.
and growth has no end point. Also, he's really not interested in being president. He's interested in rebuilding the country. He's not interested in being president. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
kind of man you want to be president, because you want someone who's not sure if they can do the job or not, because then they're really going to work hard at doing the job. If you
Mm-hmm.
employ someone who is really, really confident that they can do the job, then that's usually very negative,
Yeah.
because they don't have this self-assessment skill. They can't really judge things properly. So that's on the Trump side, the Donald Trump side. And Donald Trump understands this because he's built many companies that are still growing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's go on to the other side. Let's have a look at Hillary Clinton. What's Hillary Clinton's goal? What's her aim? To become president.
Mm-hmm.
It's in every interview, to become the first female president of the United States. And
Mm.
and nothing. I mean, imagine that you're employing someone to run your company, right? And you ask them, what's your vision? And they say, I want to be the CEO. And that's it, right? There's
Mm.
no growth, no development, no big idea, no no
Vision.
um,
Mm-hmm.
no concept of development, no understanding about the nature of the importance of the dream, because people are when you support another person, you're not investing in their reality, you're investing in their dreams,
Mm-hmm.
their fantasy, when you help another person. And so Trump has this great dream to rebuild America, and Hillary has this great dream to become president. And
Mm-hmm.
what happens when you get what you want? When you get what you want, you usually stop.
I,
So Hillary Clinton becomes president, the whole country just stops. That's it, finished, end. Bye bye America.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump becomes president, and then everything is shaken up, right? Everything is like, oh, we have to do it. Okay, whoa. This
Mm.
is now this is going to have some negative effects and some positive effects. What it's whatever you want it to be. It's whatever you want it to be. Donald Trump gave a fantastic speech about 3 days ago about the principles of the Constitution and what he wants to do and how he wants to preserve them. Maybe it's all talk. Maybe he won't do it. I don't know. He's not president yet. But I think he's the man. He's the right man for the job.
Mm.
But he's fighting against a system which has, which is he's fighting against the world, because the world system is a socialist system now. Since the end of the Second World War, socialism has ruled the cultures and the countries of the world, the principles. And I'm not saying that it's all bad, but that's the world we live in.
Mm.
There is more and more socialism year by year.
Mm.
And so Donald Trump's model means an attempt to destroy the progress of socialism.
Mm-hmm.
And the craziness of it all is that the lesson to get from all of this is that one person really can make a difference. Because he's just one person, yet he has created a very inspirational movement. And he's riding on a wave of I think nationalism, progressive intellectualism, and technology. Because for the first
Mm-hmm.
time ever, somebody can, I don't know, take one of his speeches and edit it and analyze it and put it up on the internet, and other people can get comments about it. And this has never, the opportunity to do this has never happened before.
Mm-hmm.
We are at the greatest free moment that human society has ever experienced, and we're living in it right now, here, today. The question is, does anybody know? Has anybody realized? Are there enough people awake to help push society forward in the right direction?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even sure that I know what the right direction is. Because I know in my life many times I thought, oh, this is the way to go. And and then later I discover it's not. So so I don't think that we will really know. And to put it in a frightening perspective, here's the frightening perspective, is basically Hillary Clinton is Lenin and Donald Trump is Hitler. That's what
Mm-hmm.
we've got. Now, I think that the future is not written yet. The future is not written yet, and so we have to wait and see
Mm-hmm.
what
And
will happen.
how many meetings and discussion do they have?
Um, they will have two more, and but it was the first meeting was the first discussion wasn't a real discussion. If you look at the analytics of the discussion, everything was pro Clinton and negative to Trump. The way
Mm-hmm.
the questions were asked, the timing of the questions,
Mm-hmm.
the follow-up, the secondary questions. Hillary Clinton got easy questions and Donald Trump got very difficult. And the questions to Hillary were real questions and the questions to Donald Trump were, I mean, one of the questions was about one sentence that he said in an interview that he gave on the radio 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can we please talk about maybe education or economics or constitutional principles or something?
And don't you think that the result is done? That someone or some strong people decided who will win, and they manipulate all these things?
What a great question. I mentioned electronic voting machines, right? Uh, who trusts a computer to make a decision?
Mm-hmm.
A computer can be programmed to produce any result that you want it to produce.
Mm-hmm.
The, all a computer produces is virtual reality. Not
Mm-hmm.
reality, but virtual reality. I can see you, but it's not really you. Okay? It's
Mm-hmm.
just an image on my screen. So that is dangerous. Now, some things you can control and some things you can't. Look at
Yeah.
the Brexit vote, right?
Mm.
The Brexit vote.
Mm.
Um, and if you look at the official results for the Brexit vote, they'll say, oh, it was 55-45 or 52-48.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the reality was it was about 80-20, right? So some things we can control and some things we can't control. Who counts the votes? How do we know the results of the votes are even real? And I, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, look, somebody comes to you and they say, look, here's $1 million, right? All you have to do is put these pieces of paper over here and these pieces of paper over here,
Mm.
right? It's so
Easy.
easy to manipulate. And then if you can't manipulate people with money, it's like, we're gonna kill your wife or your girlfriend or your kids or something, right?
Mm. Mm.
And then you still have to do it
Mm.
because there's still a lot of rule by power and rule by force. Um, um, so I have discussed the election with a few different people, and I obviously I have my opinions, but I always ask other people, well, can you give me some facts?
Mm-hmm.
And what was the very first thing I asked you, right?
Yeah.
The very first thing I asked you is, can you give me a fact? Can you give me an example? And you couldn't give me any example,
Mm.
which is the same answer that I got from everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has information, but nobody has any facts. Um, that's because we have this edutainment, which is kind of information and media is much more entertainment than it is
Mm-hmm.
than it is informing us of of
Yes.
of, of real situations. So and here's another crazy thing. I know more than most people about this topic,
Mm-hmm.
but I know people who know much more than me about this topic. So I'm thinking about the difference between here and here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if there are things that I don't know that are important that these people know, and I'm
Mm.
communicating what I know to other people, then the difference
Mm-hmm.
between where these people are and these people are is huge,
Mm-hmm.
huge. Um, and so the results will be will be very interesting. I also think
Yeah.
I personally think that Hillary Clinton is mentally ill, and I mean seriously mentally ill. I think she has psychological problems,
Mm-hmm.
and I think she's not stable enough, healthy enough
Me too.
to
Mm.
be in that kind of position.
Position. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and why do we never see Hillary Clinton with Bill Clinton? Because Bill Clinton is so negative now that you can't put them together because nobody will vote for her because they'll remember him.
Mm-hmm.
They'll
Yes.
remember him when all the jobs were lost. They'll remember him and the sexual scandals. They'll remember him and all of the black people he put in prison when he changed the laws and rules
Mm.
for drugs and other related crimes. Um, so it's a very interesting. interesting situation or time. You know, are they going to cheat and let Hillary win? Hillary's not going to live 8 more years. She's not healthy enough to live 8 more years.
Mm.
When she was head of the State Department, she didn't go to work for 1 whole year. 1 whole year she didn't work because she was sick. Right? How many speeches does Hillary Clinton give on average per week? One. How
Mm-hmm.
many does Donald Trump give? He gives about 3 a day, right? So the woman is obviously very ill and she's not healthy enough. So the question is she going to have a health problem before the election? What happens if she has a health problem? If Donald Trump is winning, will they kill Donald Trump? How will they kill him? Will they shoot him? Will they poison him? Will it be a mysterious illness? Um, what happens if something happens to Hillary Clinton? Will Barack Obama cancel the election?
Mm.
Will Barack Obama go for a third term? Will they introduce Michelle Obama as the new candidate?
Candidate. Mm-hmm.
It's oh, by the way, and Hillary Clinton's daughter, Chelsea Clinton. Well, Bill Clinton is not her father. So,
Mm.
I mean, the whole situation is completely crazy. And there's a backstory that nobody knows that I think if you look very, very carefully, that Bill and Hillary Clinton are agents for the British government. And I'm not just saying that. If you look at where they studied and what happened when they studied,
Mm-hmm.
there's enough information there to suggest that their political organization has very strong connections to the British government, to the Soros Foundation, perhaps even to the Vatican. So,
Mm.
and what is the most powerful organization in the world? It's probably the Vatican, right? Where's the Vatican in all of this, right? Where are the churches in all of this? The job of the church is to preserve the truth. Where are the churches? Which churches are speaking up? Which churches are speaking out? Which religious leaders are talking?
Mm.
Most of them are quiet.
Yeah.
And when you're quiet, there's basically only one reason why someone in that kind of situation is quiet. It's because they're scared.
Mm-hmm.
People, I mean, there's two reasons to be quiet. Like one, you're not interested and you have nothing to say, but that's not the position of the church, right? So the position of the church is to preserve the truth. And these churches are very quiet. They're very quiet because they're scared. They're frightened of something.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're frightened of is that most churches, most modern churches in the United States, are tax-free organizations. And if they speak out in any way on anything political, they lose their tax-free status, which
Mm-hmm.
for the average church is about $1 million a year minimum.
Mm-hmm. That's true, yeah.
So that's back to money
Mm-hmm.
again, money and greed and wealth and power and a complex situation. Is there a group of people sitting somewhere who have decided the result of the election already? I have no idea. I suggest there are a lot of people who would like to decide the result of the election. I suggest that they will manipulate everything as much as possible to decide the result of the election. Um, the result, but the real result, I don't know. Let's wait and see. Let's see how it progresses. Let's see
Yeah.
what develops. It's it in the worst case scenario, it's the best and most exciting form of entertainment perhaps to have existed for a couple of hundred years. The whole theater of the election process. And then what happens if you get elected president and you can't change anything? And then the president shouldn't change anything anyway, because it's not the president's job to change anything. You see how complex it is? They all Hillary Clinton talking about, I will do this, in Trump, I will do this. But it's not their job. It's not the president's job to make those decisions. It's the president's job to step back, observe, negotiate, keep order.
Mm-hmm.
The levels of this are incredible. The levels of this are incredible. What happens if someone gets elected president and they walk into the White House, and when they walk into the White House with their family, there's somebody standing there who says to them, now, come with me, we'd like to talk to you. And they sit the president down and they say to the president, you are going to do what we tell you to do. Right?
Right.
Is that so I don't think that's so crazy that could be like that. So many organizations. You've got the NSA and the CIA and the FBI and the Bureau of Land Management and there's probably something I've missed. The TSA, all these different armies.
Mm.
What's all that about? So I don't know. I'll take a step back, right? I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
let's just wait and see what happens, because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to make a choice, I would go Donald Trump. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
If someone put a gun to my head and said, you have to make a choice and vote, I was okay, Donald Trump. That's it. In that kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even. But who knows? So complicated. So many people. Such a big organization. So crazy. Who knows? Anyway, so does that answer your question?
We'll see. Yeah. Thank you.